On this episode of Smoky Sunday, we look at the newest addition to my barbecue crib, and we do a little burning test. Stay tuned. Alright folks, take a look at this. As you can already see, it's a pit boss. Check it out. We got the Pit Boss Whiskey Still. Let's just take a quick look at things. This is a pellet smoker, but it's not a pellet grill. I mean, I guess you could technically maybe grill on it, but I don't think this would be very convenient to do so. But let's take a look here. We got another little chimney here. This top here spins for some reason to go up and down. I don't know. Comes with a thermometer on the door here. This probably needs to come off before we do anything. I'm not really sure why they put this on here, because I mean, you'd only see it if it was a display unit, really. And you probably wouldn't want it on there when you're actually using it. Alright. Okay, we've got our digital controls. This does come with a meat probe that plugs into one of these holes, and you can get a second one. Doesn't look like there's really any way to run it through the side. Like, I don't think there's a port on the side, so kind of pretty much just gotta open the door. So you got a grease tray, grease pan, this is like the heat diffuser, but really the grease, a lot of the grease will just run down here into this bucket like a lot of pellet grills do. And I got 3 trays here to put meat on. I think it's 700, I want to say 747 square inches of cooking area. I'm not really sure how effective a lot of that cooking area is, but this piece, I don't really know what this piece is, but I think it helps diffuse heat as well. So we're going to do a burn-in test, so stay tuned. So I just have some apple pellets here we're going to use to burn with. Not really a big deal. Bags appear to be resealable, so that's kind of nice. Lid. Remove all cooking components from the interior. Alright, so I believe this is coming out. So this priming procedure, first of all, is to get the pellets into the, what they call the burn pot. This piece just sits in there. So it's over here. Okay. Yeah, so plug the power cord into the power source. This is going to be a different one. Not an extension cord. Alright, so plug the power cord in. And now we gotta push the power button. Temperature control dials in the smoke position. I don't know what position that is. Because instructions say smoke position, but there is no position that says smoke. Oh, yes there is. It's already on there. I'm waiting to smell the igniter. I kind of do smell something heating up. Alright, so we're gonna... I do smell something going, but I don't see the auger's not moving. I don't really know what's going on here. Oh. So this part's working, warm. See, there's some smoke coming out over there. I just powered it off. I didn't hear the auger turning. I heard a fan running, and maybe that's the sound they meant. Maybe that's what, but the auger didn't move at all. Probably because there's no pellets in there. I'm not sure. So I think we're okay. Wood pellets in here and see what happens. Power button, turn these on. I said something about a sight glass. There is no sight glass on this thing. I think they use some very generic instructions here. Turn it to the smoke position. Hold the prime button, pellets and the burn pot from the auger tube. Okay. Not sure how long this takes. the auger's struggling a little bit here. It's kind of blinking. I don't know. Oh, we're getting some pellets starting to come in. It is really slow. Let me see. Once pellets begin to drop into the burn pot, release the prime button. Allow the pellets to connect, ignite, and create flame. Alright, we got some flame. I did just shut off the control board, so I think we just have to wait for this to put itself out. I think the fan will keep running until the elements cool down, maybe. Right, since it's still blowing air in there, we got a big flame. I'll move the camera back before it melts. Alright, we're supposed to let this cool down for a bit, but I'm going to be arrogant and think that I can get everything in without burning myself. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. I won't even tell you what this part is if I look it up. There we go. Now that part right there I just put in is called the, and people that have pellet smokers probably already know, it is the heat tent. I guess that just prevents things from, ending up in the burn pot or fire pot. I don't know what. Alright, so I got that in. A little notch on this guy that goes in a spot over here. I'm sure it'll. Alright. That in there. Some of this stuff is really oily too. Get all over your fingers, and I'm guessing that's what this process is meant to take care of. Some of these grates are kind of a pain to get in here just right. There we go. But I did learn you pretty much have to put the top one in first, otherwise you won't be able to get it in. Alright. We got that. Let's do our first burn. Shut our door. Actually, I think we need to leave it open. 350. I'm supposed to wait for kind of a torchy sound. I know that it started. You got a torchy, I'm kind of hearing this torchy noise. So I'm going to shut this and I'm going to let it go for 30 minutes. Hey folks, drinking a little homebrew here. This is an amber ale. We call it the Little Girl Amber Ale. I had submitted it to a homebrew competition at the Iowa State Fair a few years back. Still a good beer. I just thought I would offer some final thoughts about the whiskey still. I purposely waited to do this part. It's probably been a week or two since I actually did the rest of this at the beginning of the video. So here's some things that have happened that time. I did a pork tenderloin cook. You will actually see that in the next video, I believe. I found out in that cook that the temperature that this thing runs at is about in a range that is 50 degrees cooler than what you set it to. For example, and maybe not really 50 degrees, you know, they say pellet grills, they have that kind of swing. It's an average, really, right? Well, in my case on this one, it doesn't average out to 275 at all, or 225 or 250. So when I had it set to 225 in that cook, it was really running about 180. It's a little low. It took a very long time. In another cook, which I kind of learned from that lesson, and I set 275, and it ran in a range of about 227, and even sometimes would top out about 251. Really not a big deal. I'm very happy with that range, but it's something to keep in mind. I can't trust the temperature probe on the Pit Boss whiskey still. Excuse me. On the Pit Boss whiskey still, I do recommend getting your own temperature probe to monitor the grill temperatures. You see me use my ThermPro TP08S. That's a great one to go get. I recommended somebody else who bought the same exact smoker after I did. He bought it. He got his for $75, and I paid $200. So I told him go spend a little money on a temperature probe, and he said he was ordering it right away. So, so that's one thing to consider. Mine died. It stopped working. I got an error code when I was kind of messing around and trying to see if I could cook a pizza on it. It doesn't get hot enough to cook a pizza. You might, there's a high setting on there, but chances are you're probably going to overheat the system. And the 350, which is the next option to choose from, doesn't get 350. It's probably closer to 300. You know, you might be able to warm up the pizza. It's probably just not going to turn out the way you want it, though. So this is this is a smoker. This really is a smoker. Had a conversation with friends on pellet grill versus pellet smoker, and they say they're all a grill, and if that may be the technicality, but in this case, I mean, it's a smoker. You don't want to be grilling on this thing. You want low and slow. You know, that's really what you want to do on this thing. Now that's my opinion, but just from what I've done so far, I actually had a problem too. Full disclaimer, when I was doing that pizza, and it died. It threw out an error code that wasn't even in the book, and I went and looked inside. The auger wasn't running anymore. So I got with support. Support was responsive. They sent me parts. Got pretty much 2 days. They got called Monday night, and I had parts today, and it's Thursday. So the parts went out Tuesday. They got here Thursday from Minnesota. I live in Iowa. I didn't actually replace any of the parts though, and I got the smoker running again today. I took the side panel off and turned the unit on, and noticed that there's a fan on the motor kind of kicked on quick and stopped. Like it got caught on something. So I just kind of gave it a little flick, and it started spinning like full power. The auger started moving, and it seemed like the auger struggled. And you probably noticed my video, that clinking sound, same exact thing. So that auger was binding or something. I don't know what it was getting caught on. Maybe some pellets. I had some charcoal pellets I put in that cooked one of the previous cooks, and me and a friend are kind of thinking that maybe they're a little problematic, so might stay away from those. He doesn't have a whiskey still. He's a different pit boss, but it's our theory right now. But anyway, for a smoker, I made one of the other cooks I did. Oh my gosh, it's a cook that I had done in the pit barrel previously, and it was amazing. And the whiskey still low and slow, it was phenomenal. So if you can get one of these for super cheap and all you want to do is smoke in it, you don't want to grill, go for it. Really, honestly, I'd say give it a shot. If you get a price you're comfortable with, buy it. There's probably way better pellet smokers and pellet grills out there. Definitely better grills. Any of probably the Pit Boss grills. If you want a grill, don't get this. But if you're just gonna do some smoking, low and slow, it's worth give them a little bit of money for it if you can get a good price. A lot of Walmarts have been selling them. Like I paid $200 for mine. Somebody else on one of the Facebook groups I was on paid $75. So that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.